A scenario that I see quite often, and I'm sure it's not uncommon for any of you listening to this, is the gray divorce. The gray divorce is the divorce that happens once a couple has been together for a long time. Usually they're in their late 40s, early 50s, are getting ready to launch their children. Maybe their kids are in high school or getting near being a senior, going off to college. And for whatever reason, the kids are gone. And the couple starts looking at each other and they busy themselves with other things, with friends, with work. Basically, it feels awkward when they're together. And the reason it does is they're totally out of touch. They've lost each other. And it's very common for them to come into therapy saying we don't get along, we fight all the time, or else there's just nothing between us. We don't have intimacy. We don't have sex. And we got married young. Right away they'll start making excuses for why. And that's fine. Everybody has to rationalize the choices they've made. However, it's not about rationalizing in the end. What it's about is the couple, for whatever reason, they got distracted. They stopped putting each other as a priority. Maybe they've even stopped putting themselves as a priority. They became resentful. They started feeling unloved. And they put that focus they used to put on the relationship onto the kids, or got involved with the kids, or unfortunately, many times they put that focus on finding someone else, a replacement, to make them feel better about themselves. A gray divorce does not have to happen. However, if you let your marriage go, then you're going down the road that certainly can lead to one. It's very important you do check-ins, that you stay together no matter what, because the biggest gift you give your kids is an opportunity to come from a home where two people were aligned, showed them what real love looks like, and no matter what, those two people took time for themselves. And that's mom and dad. That's you, if you're seeing yourself in this video. I'm going to tell you about something that I think is very helpful in this stage, and that's creating these marriage check-ins. These late mid-marriage check-ins really help. And you don't have to do them every day, but you do have to reflect, and you do have to ask yourself these questions. And then you have to go out, you have to book a hotel with your partner and say, listen, can we talk about this? And can we start a plan so that when the kids move out, you and I are still connected? We still have something together. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to sit down in a quiet place, and I want you to reflect on yourself what you want. What do you want your marriage to look like in the next 10 years? And not only do I want you to answer that, I want your partner to, and I want you to share your answers. Secondly, how can we negotiate and work out conflict better together? Find out what area you personally need to change. Instead of blaming your partner and say, oh, they have an anger management problem, or they can't hear anything, start thinking about how you deliver the message. How do you talk? Is there any love that the two of you can kind of work to restore, so when you do bring something up, rather than your partner getting all defensive and storming off, they actually sit there. And if you don't know how to handle conflict, then I really encourage you to go to a marriage therapist, because that is a big job in every marriage therapist's arena. We all work with conflict negotiation, and we teach people how to talk in a nicer, kinder way, considerate, listen to their partner, and then negotiate how they can work whatever the conflict or problem is out. When you first got together, you problem solved together. It was not only one person's way and the other person just took what they got. At least that wouldn't be a healthy marriage. So you have to get back those skills, however you talk to your partner, however you would try things. And remember, the right way is the way you brainstorm together to make it work. Thirdly, how do you encourage each other? I want you to, once again, make a list of what makes your partner feel better. How do you praise them? How do you encourage them? Or have you just started hurling criticisms at each other? If you have, this is something you can stop. You don't have to get a divorce. You haven't broken or ended the marriage yet. You're still in that area that you can fix it if you want to, if it's not too dead to you. But if you have some inkling that, let's really focus on this, let's try to do this. You did it once when you were first together, you can do it again. Whatever pattern you did in the past, what made you feel loved and encouraged or praised or complimented, you need to start building on those skills again. The next one, are you both invested to work hard? Because restoring, rebuilding a marriage, getting closer, making your marriage a priority is going to mean little things like remembering to put it on the calendar, remembering to praise your partner every day, remembering to be appreciative every day. And if you're burned out or overwhelmed, then being honest with your partner and saying, I think I just need a month off. I think we need to have a month where we just really focus on restoring ourselves and how much energy we have. Because you don't want to tell your partner, let's go to therapy and expect the therapist to fix it. They can't. They need you to be invested, to put in effort to help them fix your marriage. And lastly, should you consider a marriage therapist? If you answered yes, or in a way that shows that you need therapy for any of these 4 questions, then it's really important that you give your marriage that opportunity. Rather than acting out or having some situation where one partner was betrayed, which is very difficult to restore after that, you want to fix it now. You want to nip it as soon as you can so that you can begin the process of making your marriage better. And yes, you can. And the most important investment you will ever make in your life is the investment in who you choose to marry. Once you've chosen that person, do everything within your power to make it work. If it's not abusive, then there is a way to make it work. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.